So the rear naked choke, when you come around the guy's neck and you choke him out here, it's one of the big heavy hitters of grappling, MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How do you prevent it? Well, one obvious one, easier said than done, is don't let the guy get on your back. Don't give him rear mount. It's pretty hard to nail this choke if you're not in rear mount with at least one hook. Not impossible, but it's a lot harder. So don't let him get to rear mount. Now, supposing he is in rear mount. I want to stop what he's doing right now. I don't want him to connect his hands. Typically one hand comes over, one hand comes under. So I'm going to grip fight to stop this hand from coming over my neck, coming here, because if it's over, it's not that far for it to jump there. So people think of grip fighting when they're standing to set up their takedowns. They think of grip fighting in the guard to set up their sweeps and submissions. They think of grip fighting when you're in someone's guard to pass the guard. Well, this is still grip fighting. Just because I've got my back on his chest doesn't mean that I'm not grip fighting here. I'm clamping down on his arm here so he doesn't have mobility with it. I'm fighting here. And if I can stop him from linking his hands, not only will it make it much harder for him to choke me, but also it'll make the rear mount escapes work better and faster and easier. And getting out of rear mount usually means you're not going to get rear naked choked. Now, the other thing is chin up, shoulders up, chin down. I can't count the number of times that I've had difficulty finishing people because they had their shoulders up and their chin down, and I couldn't get this purchase, and eventually they were moving around and they got bored, they lifted their chin, they dropped their shoulders, and boom, it gave me the opening instantly. So keep your shoulders up and your chin down at all the time until you're completely clear of this dangerous position, until you've moved your back off of the guy's sternum. So if you want to get a bit more into the escapes from this position, check out the Grapple Arts Pin Escapes app for the iPhone, iTouch, iPad, iWhatever. It's another really good app. This rear naked choke escape basically occurs before he has it completely locked on. So as he's coming across to either link hands or to come across my throat, my cross hand intercepts his wrist. He's coming here, I've got my hands up, my chin is down, my shoulders are up, but he comes into this hand. So right away, I'm going to clamp down on his other forearm here, otherwise he's just going to pull this out and choke me here. I'm going to clamp down, and I'm going to drive to the underhook side. I'm going to drive here. Now I'm going to get my head on the ground. I'm going to wriggle a bit further, get my shoulders on the ground. I can let go of his wrist, and I can work on getting my hips on the ground. I know he's going to come to the top. I know it. Every good grappler will. So as he comes to the top, I work on getting the half guard or the full guard. I'm out of the rear naked choke danger. Now I can work my open guard. When it comes to choking from the back, whether it's with the gi or without the gi actually, there's usually an overhook side and an underhook side. This hand's coming over my shoulder, this is coming under my shoulder. The biggest danger for most chokes is this top hand. So this is the one that I've got to worry the most about. I'm going to try to monitor which hand is over, which hand is under, and block the hand that's coming over. If he switches here, I block this side. Now, I've got two choices of which way to go, left or right. I do not want to go to the overhook side. I call this the head on the pillow. The reason it's head on the pillow, my head's on his bicep, is if we stay here, he's going to put me to sleep. So, I want to get my head off the pillow. I always want to go for this escape towards the underhook side. This makes me so much safer. And now, I said chin down, shoulders up. That's true up until now. As soon as I can get my spine off of the middle of his chest, then I can arch back. because he can't choke me anymore. There's no choke here. So then I start pushing his leg with both hands. Possibly, if he's completely asleep at the wheel, I can turn in. Most likely, he's gonna come, turn in, and I'm gonna catch him in half guard. From half guard, you can go to sweeps, you can go to different types of guards, you can go to submissions. What you do there is up to you, but it's way better than getting choked out. Here's an escape that might work even if the rear naked choke is fully locked on. He's here, his right hand is behind my head, his left hand is around my neck. I did have my chin down, my shoulders up, and I was pulling here, but he's now in the fully locked on position. I'm gonna do two things. One, his right hand is behind my head, my right hand goes up and grabs his wrist. Two, my left hand goes behind my head. So this goes in sideways, this goes in vertically. Together, I'm gonna pull that hand off of my neck, jam it under my armpit. Just hold it here for a second. Now often he's gonna be holding onto my neck here with his fingers. I reach here and I pull this free. Then I switch my grip so it's both hands on the wrist. I'm in a pretty good position here. One escape you can use is to pop it over your shoulder, to threaten a straight arm lock. Come up here, control the head with both hands. You pull here. That makes this hook hard for him to maintain. If he does manage to keep it in, you can usually circle out. Now I turn in hard to come to the top position. There's chokes here, but even if I just get out, that's pretty cool too. So in the interest of full disclosure, this is not going to work on somebody who's an expert with a rear naked choke. If he's this good with a rear naked choke and you're that good at escaping, he's going to finish this. But this is useful if you slip and fall down, somebody jumps on your back, or he gets caught in a scramble and he's trying to do a technique that he doesn't really know how to do very well. If you're fighting MMA, you get punched in the head and you wake up, there's somebody on your back choking you. Well, this could be a way out at this point. So here we are. Now, chin down, shoulders up, always, always, always. Now this hand, this is my right hand, his right hand is behind my head. I reach up and try and grab his wrist. My other hand comes in sideways. Now, in a street self-defense situation, I would grab his fingers like this. All's fair if you're in a street fight and somebody's trying to put you unconscious. If your fingers end up getting intertwined and you pull it here in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or a submission grappling context, well, it's illegal, but maybe let go quickly at this point and maybe no one will have noticed. If you jam it here, pull that free. Now, once you're here, you can go to any back mount, any rear mount escape that you want. You can pop it over the shoulder, that would work nice. You can just jam it under both armpits and go either way. You can, any escape that you want at that point, go ahead and try. What I wanted to talk about was how to uncross his arms once they're locked into position.